Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, we're going to be looking at how to get the pistols gold as quickly as possible to help you guys with your dark matter grind on Black Ops Cold War. It's helpful in this game because the pistols are actually very good. And to be honest, they were in my top 3 of how easy and how fun they were to get gold. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips and some obviously things that you can do to get these camos a lot quicker per gun as well, because some of the guns might act a little bit different. If you guys are new around here and you want to get better at Call of Duty in the long run, be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. I upload daily videos to help you guys in order to get better at Call of Duty and to help you guys with your painstaking camo grinds. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the video. So we'll start with going through the camos that are on these pistols as well. So the camos are fairly straightforward, and to be honest, it didn't take me that long to get at all. One of the biggest problems in Black Ops Cold War with going for camos and ranking weapons up and things like that is ranking the weapon up, like I've just mentioned. Like with a normal AR, sniper rifle, LMG, you have to rank the weapon up to level 50 in order for you to actually unlock all of the camos, but then to be able to actually get gold camo. Whereas on pistols, you only have to rank the weapon up to level 25 or 30, I believe. It's been a while since I've done it, so it's one of those two anyway. But it doesn't take long at all. Like, it's very doable in at least an hour or two with a double weapon XP on as well. And with the battle pass giving you those, you can do this very quickly. Again, so going on to the camos, obviously to start with, we've got the elimination, so 150 of those, which to be fair with these pistols is not difficult at all. And again, as I'm going to mention later on in the video, hardcore for these are your best friend. Then on to the next one, which is around the headshots. Again, very straightforward, and you'll probably get those with the eliminations too. On to the next one, we've of course got the 5 kills without dying 20 times. Then we've got the 25 long shots, which is not a lot, to be honest. Kill 25 enemies detected, stunned, or blinded by your score streaks. Again, we'll go into detail about that later. We've got the shoot and kill 25 enemies taking cover, which is probably the worst one out of the lot. The kill 2 or more enemies rapidly 25 times in multiplayer. So again, get double kills effectively. And then of course, once you've done all those, you get the gold camo. Going on to the first camo, which is around eliminations. For me, the best thing to do is jump on hardcore, go on to hardcore Nuketown 24/7, and just run around with the pistols. Again, with this, you're going to get multiple challenges done at once, and by doing this, it's also going to be a very good way for you to then also rank up your weapon. If you're only level 1 with a weapon, again, the first challenge will begin for you. So you need to go onto Nuketown 24/7 on hardcore and then run around the map, and then again, just try and kill as many people as possible. Luckily, as I mentioned, all of these pistols are actually pretty good in this game. So you're not really going to be at a massive disadvantage. You know, there's no like delay in shooting, there's no like ridiculous recoil. Literally, the guns are very good. If you're trying to hold down an area or hold down one of the houses, again, you can spawn trap people quite well. Again, because it's hardcore, you can actually get long shots quite easy with the 1911, the Magnum, and the Diamatti. So you can literally camp across the other side of the map and then shoot them as they're coming out of a spawn, and you're most likely going to get a one-shot kill. So again, very simple. The eliminations is very self-explanatory. You're just getting 150 kills with each of these pistols, and it's so easy to do. You'll just get that literally whilst playing the game. Onto the stripes camo for these weapons. Now, the stripes camo is headshots. You're going to get these again very fluently, and as you're basically going for the eliminations, you're going to most likely get these challenges done as well. And headshots come naturally, but with the pistol, especially things like the Magnum, you can aim a little bit higher, and then most of the time you are going to be able to get those headshots. With hardcore, it's going to be slightly difficult doing that, just because obviously you get one shot on them no matter where it is, they're going to die. So for this, with a Magnum especially, I typically would do this on core whilst going for other challenges as well. But again, it's up to your preferences what you want to do. All of them you can do on hardcore, no problem. It just might take a little bit longer sometimes, but again, it does give you an advantage on hardcore, especially with the Magnum and the Diamattis, because obviously the Diamattis being a 3 burst, the Magnum being a very powerful pistol, you can shoot from a long distance away and get that one shot no matter where it is on the body. And if it's in the head, you're going to get those kills very easily. So again, you can literally aim a little bit higher, get those kills as well. And I mean, once you've done the 150 eliminations, you probably aren't going to do the 50 headshots, so you can just leave them and then just do the other challenges, and they're going to come naturally to you. That's what I did. That's what it worked really well for me, and that is what I recommend for you guys to do. On to the next one, which is the 5 kills without dying 20 times. Now, this is going to be, again, bulking the 3 pistols together. With skill-based matchmaking, you're going to come against a lot of people with slide cancelling, AK-74Us, MP5s, XM4s, Krigs, the lot, effectively. And you are going to be at a disadvantage doing these challenges. A lot of these sweaty people don't necessarily play hardcore as much, so that's why I typically would recommend playing hardcore, not just because it's easy to get the kills, but also because a lot of the sweaty people are going to be playing the normal core playlists. With doing these 5 kill streaks, it's a ball ache if you get killed by a teammate. It's a ball ache if you're on a 4 kill streak and you die by BS. Yeah, so you need to play it safe, you need to play it carefully. You can't just rush into everything. You've got to make sure you're playing it smart, especially with the pistols. If you want to get it done fast and quickly and get it out of the way, you need to be smart with the way that you're playing. Again, with the 1911, you can literally spray and pray when an enemy comes through the door, so that is probably one of the most easier weapons in this pistol category to get done. And to be fair, the same with the DMATs. For those two weapons, you can kind of spray when someone comes in through the door, and it's so simple to get those 5 kill streaks. The Magnum, though, is a different story. Obviously, it doesn't spray. You can't spray with the Magnum. One shot, wait a second, one shot, wait a second. That's what the Magnum is. Obviously, it's a more powerful weapon. It packs more of a punch, and the downside of that is it takes longer in between each shot, and it takes longer to reload. The Magnum, obviously, you need to make sure that you are trying to position yourself in a way that you can see enemies coming through a doorway, that you can pre-aim, you know, things like that, because with the sweaty lobbies, you're going to find it very difficult to be able to get those kill streaks, especially when someone's spraying at you with a 74U and an AR or an LMG. You know, it's difficult to get those kills, and I can see why people struggle to get pistols done, in all fairness. That's why I would try and position myself somewhere on Nuketown Hardcore, within a doorway, within, I don't know, the middle of the map, looking over to the houses, just trying to look into areas where you know enemies are going to come from. So if you're sitting in the middle looking at the other house, for example, the other side of the map, I would look at things like the garage. I would look at things like the left and the right walkway into the houses. I position myself in a way I could see the windows and the doors leading into the houses, because then obviously you're going to be able to get those kills, push back if you need to, reload, do what you need to do, stim shot as well, and then go back in and obviously try again. Or you can pull back and then you can try and get the kill from where you've pulled back to. Again, it's very down to what your preference is, but for me, the 5 kill streak challenge could and was a bit of a ball ache at times because of how sweaty the lobbies were. But again, that's not going to change, so we need to try and think of ways to counteract that. For me, this was the best way to do it, and guys, go try it out. Leave it in the comments down below what you think of that, and if you have any other questions about it, let me know in the comments as well. The next one is the geometric, which again is around the long shots. The 25 long shot medals with the 1911 in multiplayer. This, to be fair, and for all pistols, was quite easy. The one that I did struggle with a little bit more than others was the DMATs, because from longer distances on hardcore, you do tend to have to put maybe 2 or 3 shots in, which is a bit crazy on hardcore, but because it bursts, and obviously one bullet within that burst is not going to be enough to kill. It's usually 1 burst to kill the enemy. It will take 1 or 2 bursts to fully confirm that kill. So the DMATs, you've got to play a little bit differently to what you would with the other ones, but again, it's yeah, it does work out kind of well. For me, what I did with this one is I actually put on the quick dot LED or the Altero mini reflex. For these two, I would put these on all of the weapons I was going for, and I would try and find hardcore satellite. Hardcore satellite is the best thing to do for any weapon on the game, to be honest, but for pistols, it works out very nicely. The good thing about pistols is as well that if you didn't get satellite, if you didn't like satellite, that because it is a pistol, the long shot range is a lot shorter than what it would be on any other weapon within the game. So what I would typically do was put on one of these sights, typically the Altero or the mini reflex or the quick dot, because you won't have the microflex unlocked this early on in leveling the gun up. I would then put a suppressor on, because the suppressor obviously reduces the effective damage range, which then increases the chances of you getting a long shot. And I would just try and go on to any map in the game, to be honest. It doesn't have to be a specific one. It can be any map in the game, and just try and position yourself in a way where you know that there's a long distance between you and the enemy's spawn, but you're in a good position where if an enemy comes through a doorway or comes sort of running into the middle, that you can pick off that shot and you can get it. Even if it takes 2 shots, you know you can kind of get that shot off and potentially get that kill. That's where I would try and sit. For example, on Garrison, this is an example that I'm going to use. In the middle of the map, you've got the bridge, and also just behind the bridge, you've got like a little tank you can sit on, which is on the right hand side you've got the walkway, and on the left hand side, of course, you've got the other part of the map that you can up and down on and then cross the bridge. If you look over to the opposite side of the map, you can then of course see where the enemies are going to run through the middle. For me, that's a really good spot for you to sit and just watch people and try and get those kills on hardcore. This works well for not just the 1911, but also for the Magnum and the DMAT. The Magnum is going to be your best friend when doing long shots, because it's going to be a one-shot kill anywhere on the map, anywhere on the body. 1911 and the DMATs will probably take more than 1 shot or 1 burst, so you just have to try and play it at your life a little bit smarter when using those 2 weapons. But they are easy enough to do, and to be honest, this challenge is not that difficult to do. Going on to the Flora Camo, again, this one is 25 kills detected, stunned, or blinded by your score streak, or equipment, or field upgrades. Now, this one, again, is not too difficult to do. It's very similar to what you would do with an SMG or with an AR, an LMG, etc. It's very simple. And what I would typically do is go into a hardcore Nuketown game, make sure that a UAV is, make sure that a UAV is on your class, and also make sure you've got the field mic on your class as well. I would go into a game, try and just play normally, or go for some other challenges that I'm trying to go for previous to this. So for example, the long shots or the eliminations, the headshots, etc. And I would just try and put UAVs up. Once UAVs are in the air, I would rush in and just try and get some of these kills and get as many kills as possible. You're only limited to like 3 UAVs a game, so it can be a bit of a pain. And obviously with the field mic as well, you put it into a house. If someone comes into the house, then obviously it's in that radius, get the kill, it will count. So I would typically try and do that. Advanced UAVs also count towards this too, so I would make sure that that is also something that you're trying to do. I'm not sure if counter UAVs do work for this. I'm pretty sure that they do. But if they don't, I would typically just try and stick to UAVs and count advanced UAVs. They're the two main things, two main score streaks I would recommend using for this. And of course, the field upgrade is massive. Just get kills within the radius of the field upgrade. And if it's on Nuketown, which I would typically recommend, make sure it's on hardcore, is just put it in a house. And then when they come in and out, especially if you're running into their spawn house, put it into there. When they come into that house, get the kill, it will count towards it. And you'll fly through this challenge massively. And this is the same for the Magnum and the DMRTs. Honestly, that's all you have to do, and it's pretty simple to do it as well. Okay, so on to probably, in my opinion, the worst the worst camo challenge in the world, in COD history, ever in the game, and that is this one. Shoot and kill 25 enemies taking cover from your multiplayer. Now, to be honest, for the pistols, this is not a difficult thing to do. And the reason behind me saying that is because we only need to do it 25 times. With an AR, an LMG, or a TAC rifle, it has to be done 50 times. So, yeah, it can be a little bit of a pain in the arse, but it's not as bad with the pistol. Best thing to do for this, again, I'm going to say it again, hardcore is your best friend with the pistol. Nuketown probably isn't the best map to do this on, I'm going to be completely honest, because there's only a couple of places that you can actually get this done. The windows are one of them, and of course the middle of the map with that like bus thing. They're the two main places you can get this done on Nuketown. That's the reason why I wouldn't typically play Nuketown if you're solely going for this challenge. I would try and play other maps in the game, such as you can play Crossroads. Armada is also very good. Dare I say it, Miami's also quite good for this as well. And with Miami Strike coming into the game recently, that's actually quite a good map to get this on. There's a lot of head glitch spots and things that you can find people in on that map. Again, it's just all about trying to find the best head glitch spots. And for me, I'm going to put a link on screen right now, and also in the description down below, for a video I made a couple of months ago, I believe, is around the best head glitch spots and how to get this camo challenge done as quickly and as efficiently as possible. It goes into detail and shows you visually on the actually on the video of places where you can go to get these challenges done extremely easily. So guys, go and check out that video, and it will help you a lot with this. It saves me going into detail with it in this video. It's like within the section, because I will be here for literally an hour. Go onto that video. It's a video dedicated to showing you guys how to get this challenge easy, and it works so easy for pistols. And because you've only got to do it 25 times with pistols, you can actually get this thing done so easy with all 3 of them. All 3 of these will count. You'll be able to get them as easy as each other whilst watching this video. So go and check it out, guys. I've been told by many people it's an absolute lifesaver of a video. On to the final camo, which is the psychedelic camo for the pistols. And this one is just kill 2 or more enemies rapidly 25 times in multiplayer. Now for me it's one of the easiest challenges to do, along with the eliminations and the headshots and things like that. It's just a case of rushing into people's to the enemy spawns, or sitting in one of the enemy's houses on Nuketown on hardcore and just waiting for them to come out and getting those kills. Very simple, very effective way of getting this challenge as well, guys. And to be honest, it's something you don't really need to go too much in depth about, because it's very straightforward. It's just a double kill. Guys, I hope that this video has helped you out. I hope you've learned something new, and I hope that you guys go and get your pistols gold or dark matter that a little bit easier now because of these tips as well. And I'm going to try and do this for literally all of the classes within Cold War, because I feel like it could help out a lot. I've done it with all of the launchers and obviously the specials, and a lot of people really enjoyed them, so I'm going to try and do them for all of the other weapons as well, just to give you guys a little bit more help when doing it, because I know that a lot of people are struggling with different setups. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, just leave a like, that'd be amazing, and subscribe down below if you're brand new around here and you want to get better at Call of Duty in general. Then make sure you are subscribed to the channel. But without further ado, guys, we'll see you all in the next one.